You look in a mirror every single day, but here's something strange. You have never actually seen your own face, not once. The person looking back at you isn't quite real, and almost everything most people believe about mirrors is wrong. Start with a classic question. Why does a mirror flip you left to right but not top to bottom? Well, here's the thing. It doesn't flip you left to right at all. Try it right now. Raise your right hand. Your reflection raises the hand on the very same side. What a mirror really does is flip you front to back like a glove turned inside out. Your brain just can't picture that, so it imagines someone who turned around to face you instead. The flip was never in the mirror. It is in your head. So how does a mirror actually work? It all comes down to one simple rule. Light hits the surface and bounces off at the same angle it came in. That is the whole secret, but that rule hides something odd. The face you see is not on the glass. Your brain follows the light backward in a straight line to a point behind the mirror and builds the picture there, in a place the light never actually reaches. Scientists call it a virtual image, a picture floating in a space that isn't really there. And the mirror on your bathroom wall is fooling you twice. Its shiny layer sits behind a sheet of glass, so light bounces once off the glass and again off the silver behind it. Every reflection is really a faint double. The mirrors we build for telescopes and lasers cannot allow that, so we flip it. The shiny coating goes on the front, out in the open, so that not a single ray of light is wasted. Now take two mirrors and face them toward each other. Suddenly a tunnel opens up and copies of the room march away from you, smaller and smaller forever. Except not quite forever. Each reflection loses a little light and picks up a faint green tint from the glass until the tunnel simply fades into the dark. It is the closest thing to infinity you can hold in your hands, and it still comes to an end. Then there's the one-way mirror, the kind you see in every crime show. But here's the secret. A true one-way mirror does not exist. It is just glass with half the silver. It reflects half the light and lets the other half pass through. It is a mirror and a window at the same time. The only thing that decides which you see is which side has more light. Brighten your room and you see yourself. Turn the lights off and you can see straight through. Now bend a mirror and it stops copying and starts bending reality. Curve it inward and it pulls sunlight down to a single point, hot enough to start a fire. Curve it the other way and it squeezes an entire street into the little mirror on the side of your car, which is exactly why the warning is written right there on the glass. Objects in the mirror are closer than they appear. And this is why the most powerful eyes we have ever built are not made of lenses. They are made of mirrors. The James Webb Space Telescope is 18 mirrors, shaped like honeycombs, coated in a thin layer of real gold, because gold reflects the faint heat glow of the universe almost perfectly. Together, they catch light that has been traveling toward us for more than 13 billion years. Trap light between two mirrors and let it bounce back and forth thousands of times and something new is born. The light falls into perfect step with itself and becomes a laser, the straightest, purest beam there is. One mirror is flawless, the other is left just slightly imperfect so that a thin sliver of light can leak out. That little leak is the beam. We have even left mirrors sitting on the surface of the moon. Every now and then, a telescope fires a pulse of laser light at them and waits for the tiny flicker that comes back about 2.5 seconds later. From that echo, we can measure the distance to another world down to a few millimeters. But the strangest thing a mirror can do has nothing to do with light. Put a small mark on an animal's face and show it a mirror. Almost every creature sees a stranger and reacts. Only a rare few, the great apes, dolphins, elephants, and a single kind of bird, stop, reach up, and touch their own face. They understand that the reflection is them. A human child can't do it either until they are around 18 months old. Quietly, the mirror has become a test of whether a mind knows that it exists. So the next time you catch your reflection, remember what you are really looking at, not yourself. Just light following a rule older than the earth, turned inside out and rebuilt by your brain into a face you will never actually meet. Follow the quiet dark for the science hiding in plain sight. What everyday thing should we look at next? Tell me in the comments.